Welcome to the classroom. In this video, let's talk about void agreements. Indian Contract Act has a list of void agreements. Let's see one by one. The first one is an agreement with an incompetent party. That means a minor, an unsound mind person, or a person who is disqualified by law. All these kind of agreements are void. Particularly in case of a minor, the agreement is void ab initio. Any agreement in restraint of a legal marriage, that means a marriage of a couple who are not minors, will be void. An agreement without consideration, as we have already discussed, is void. Any agreement where there is a mutual mistake of fact is void. An agreement with an unlawful object or an unlawful consideration is also void. Any agreement in restraint of legal proceedings which has the effect of blocking, stopping, delaying or causing any obstruction to a legal proceeding will be void. An agreement in restraint of trade is also void. Being possible to perform is one of the essential ingredients of a valid contract, and therefore impossible agreements are void, and they include an agreement which is a contingent agreement and contingent on a future event which becomes impossible. All wagering agreements are void. An agreement which is illegal, that means an agreement to do something which is illegal, is void. All illegal agreements are void, but all void agreements need not be illegal. An agreement which is uncertain. As we all know, certainty of the terms is one of the essential ingredients of a valid contract, and therefore any agreement which is uncertain is void. And the last one, agreement to do legal as well as illegal things. What happens in such cases? Only partially the agreement will not be valid. If some element of the agreement is illegal, it will be considered as void in its entirety, and therefore such agreements will be void. Okay, so these are the void agreements according to Indian Contract Act. But at the same time, in this one part is that all agreements in restraint of trade is void. That is because Section 27 of Indian Contract Act says that any agreement in restraint of trade is void because every citizen in India, according to Indian Constitution, has a right to carry on any trade or business which is legal. Okay, and therefore any agreement against a lawful trade will be void. But at the same time, there are certain agreements which are considered to be legal in spite of the fact that they are in restraint of trade. So we are going to see which are those agreements which are valid in spite of the fact that they are in restraint of trade. Yes, so let's see. Basically, valid agreements restricting trade are divided into two. The first category is valid because of statutory provisions. Sale of goodwill. As we all know, sale might include goodwill also. So as far as the purchaser is concerned, he has to restrict the use of goodwill by adding specific provisions in the agreement so that the seller will not continue to do the same business. It can be either in a specified local area, or it can be for a specified period of time. But as long as these conditions are reasonable, sale of goodwill which will restrict the trade activity of another person. Such agreements will be valid even though they are restricting trade. Now next, partners agreement. According to Indian Partnership Act, a partner who is entering into the partnership will agree for certain things. That may include that a partner shall not conduct competing business, conduct or carry on or engage in competing business. This is actually a provision which will restrict the trade activity of another partner, but at the same time, as far as Indian Partnership Act is concerned, this provision is valid and therefore such agreements are valid even though strictly speaking they are in restraint of trade. Okay, now the next category are through judicial interpretations, certain agreements are held to be valid even though they are restricting trade. Let's see. The first one is trade combinations. Any trade combination which is formed or which is coming up with restrictions for the purpose of regulating the business or fixing a market price will be considered as valid agreement. Say for example, Chamber of Commerce is coming up with certain regulations. Those regulations will be valid even though they are restricting the trade. Now next, service agreement. Say for example, a government doctor providing services in the government hospital will have to enter into an agreement saying that he will not carry on private practice. Such agreements are valid because when you are entering into service with one person, you can agree that you will not you will not enter into an agreement with the competitor of the employer, or you will not do any other services which will be against the interest of the employer. Such agreements are valid. And sole dealing agreements. As we all know, Competition Act restricts such agreements. They are anti-competitive. But at the same time, as long as they are not anti-competitive, as long as they are reasonable, sole dealing agreements are valid. So in all these 5 situations, they are restricting the trade, but still they are considered to be valid. Okay, so that's all about void agreements today. We'll see you with another video and another topic. Till then, bye.